Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 13 of Direwolf20's Server Play series. Ooh, lacerators only run when there's an item inside the barrel now?
Yeah, that was a bug.
That's cool. I like the looks of that. Oh wow, we have a lot of crystal and lead here. I'm going ahead and lacerating up and doing the whole thing with some dark iron gravel. I want to get myself some dark iron. So this is world gen now. You no longer can make it with the old process of making dark iron, Neptune.
That's right.
Cool. I like the sound of that. Meanwhile, I'm going to just get rid of some junk. What else do I have in my inventory here? Aluminum, gravel, monazite. A couple types of gravel ore, which I can probably easily just deal with. You and you go away. And I'll just smelt these guys up because really no big deal. Save me the trouble. There we go. Excellent. So now that I've got this chest cleaned out, I want to actually start putting some stuff in this room over here. So let's clear this away. And I'm thinking if this is my everybody use it industrial craft line for most of the industrial machines that I need. And again, the automated ones are downstairs, but these are the ones just for daily use. Maybe along this line I should have probably some Buildcraft related power line stuff. One of the things I want to start working on is some carts and some tracks and stuff. So I'm thinking I should probably get one of those rolling machines. So if I remember correctly, it's like 4 pistons. Yeah, there we go. Pistons, iron, and a crafting table. No big deal. I would like also to get some power nodes going on. So I should probably also focus on getting like, the standard Buildcraft setup, right? I want to get some gates. I want to get some pipes. I want to get some facades. All that cool Buildcraft related stuff so I can start having fun with it. Where would I like to put my laser assembly table setup? Ew. Maybe. Nah, probably wouldn't be a great idea. I was thinking maybe just like have it in the middle of the room or something here. Maybe this area. This would be a good area for it. Yeah. That might not be terrible. I don't know. We'll see. So, obviously, a lot of stuff I'd like to get to this episode. Maybe, probably won't get to all of that, but we'll at least get a rolling machine running, some Buildcraft power, and I think it wouldn't be a terrible idea to start draining some of that oil right there. At least for now. I would like to, if I can, just because it's such a short distance, I really don't want to have to use ender tanks or anything like that. I wouldn't mind setting up a nifty little rail system to get myself what I need. So, why don't I see if I can pull that off? Alright, we'll be back in a few once I've gotten a couple base necessities. Alright, first things first, let's get some basic power going on with the clockwork engine. We know that's always kind of like a nice way to get started with the stuff. Once I've got that rolling, let's see, what can I use to get rails? I know standard rails, okay, bronze isn't as good as iron. Of course, refined iron is still a good option, even though that's not really being used anymore, and steel is really a good option, but we don't have a steel burner thing yet, so iron it is. Cool. Got a nice bit of power going here. I'm going to make, I'm going to make as much as I can from this little bit that I have. That'll do. Cool. So we'll let that run for a few minutes and get as much of that built up as we can. Meanwhile, let's go get some tin. And get ourselves some cans. That'll do. Enough for now. And some creosote cans. Thank you very much. I should probably have a railcraft chest at some point, but we'll get there. So remember, I have to turn these guys into wooden rail beds with lots of wood, right? That'll do for now. We'll leave the rest in there. How am I for wood? Yeah, I still have a good enough amount. There we go, wooden ties. Cool. Not bad. So, 16 cans for 4 rail beds is the number we're looking at. Let's get another set. And do that one more time. You to you. Cool. And good deal. That should last me for a little bit. Meanwhile, you should be almost done, if not completely done. Good deal. Come on now, full speed. Places to go. Alright, and I think I'll get some gold and some redstone just to be prepared with a few extra of these things. Let's see if I can remember how they work. It's probably something like this, this, and this. Not bad. Surprised I remember that, to be honest with you. I'm going to get one more set. Just so hopefully I have almost everything I need. Cool. Now it's a matter of figuring out exactly how I want to transport the oil from that big oil well outside right into my base. Because I basically got a couple options. I wouldn't mind doing it with like liquid, rail transport, right? So right here is where I want to be, and straight down to there. So I'm thinking what I could do, see it on the map is right there. Probably drill behind this wall, and I'm thinking maybe have like my production of oil and fuel and all that stuff back here, right behind this wall. And then right here is where my engines will be, at least for now. And then eventually we'll have steam power and all that good stuff, right? But we've got a ways to go until we can really get that up and running. So if I had like the rail track come down here, that would probably be pretty good. My only concern really is basically having like this big ugly train transport system right outside the front door of my house, but it's not that big a deal. It should be fine. So let me clean out some of this area a little bit, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, I think I've gotten some preliminary work done. Let's see. I'm gonna head down here. I've got this area cleared out. Like I said, I'm probably going to, oh good redstone, clear out an area back here to just do a little bit of maintenance and work in. This is pretty much where I'll have my train drop off its oil. It's where I'll have the oil get converted into fuel, and then here I'll probably have a few engines that are being powered, etc, etc, etc. So we'll get to that in a moment, but for now the main thing is getting the train from up here. So we've got a little bit of a cobblestone pathway, and I might move this into, bricks or something, but for now this should work pretty well. So let's get ourselves some pumps and some carts and some tracks. I think the first thing I'm going to focus on is some tracks just to get my cart up there and back. So we're going to want some standard rails, right? You know what, I'm probably just going to want 2 sets of these. That should be a stack of rails. Oh, you know what, I think I left down in this chest here. Might have accidentally dropped these in here in this Soren chest. Soren needs to clean up his chest. There we go, that's a stack of you. And I'm going to get 2 sets of these as well.
I just thought of something hilarious you should do.
What's that?
Set up a use golem, give him a flint and steel, and assign him to click on anything. Any chest that gets put down that is not in a chest designated zone.
That would be kind of funny.
Soren walks in. Ooh, I've got too much stuff in my inventory. I'm gonna put down a chest. Doo-doo-doo. Halfway through him putting his stuff in the chest, the golem comes by and sets the chest on fire.
Nice. There we go. That works. So far, so good. Cool. Just trying to conserve the powered tracks as much as I can. Yeah, that'll work. And then right here will be the cart track that holds the thing. Awesome. Now just to figure out if this is going to work or not. So what I should probably do is craft up a quick one of you and put one of these in it. Tank cart. Alright. That's probably going to need something a little different. Tank cart. Iron tank gauge. Okay. So I'm just going to need 4 iron plates. That shouldn't be too bad. Get this thing all wound up. I think I've got a little bit of iron. Yeah, that'll do. I should have some planes over here. Not enough. Come on, buddy. Can't believe I'm short by 1 plane. Alright, let me run around and put some levers on these things. Probably start with you here. Now, of course, I'll obviously automate this whole thing eventually, but, you know, give me a minute. And I'll make it look nice, too. That looks pretty good. There we go. Alright. Cool. Alright, so let's make sure this thing goes the way we want it to and reaches all the way to the top. Ready? Go. Ah, it's perfect. Beautiful. Alright, so that's stage 1. Getting that thing up and down shouldn't be a problem. The next card I'm probably going to want, or the track I mean that I probably want, is the boarding track. Alright, so that's going to just need a stone pressure plate. Do I have any smooth stone on me? Not enough. There we go. Holding track? No, I want the boarding track. Boarding track. And while I'm at it, why don't I get the liquid loaders and unloaders going? Should probably also worry about pumps too. How about I craft that stuff and then come right back? Alright, let's take a look. First off, oh, it's nighttime. I'll probably live. We'll see. I want to get a pump going, but first I want to put the boarding track here because that's going to send the cart off in that direction. Then we're going to want, basically on top of the boarding track, the liquid loader. Connected to that, I'll just put the pump right here and hook up some redstone engines. A few more levers. There we go. Now that thing should start pumping, which should drain the first oil source block and hopefully dump it straight into the liquid loader. And if that works, then we're cruising here. 0 out of 32. Come on, guys. Oh, something happened. Nice. Fluid.oil. How's it going, Fluid.oil? I'm going to set this guy to holds carts until completely full. Perfect. That's exactly what I want to see you do. Keep this cart here until it completely fills up. But we're not going to do that just yet. Instead, we're going to come right down here. And let's say here's a good stopping point. Right? Good as point of any. We'll stop the cart here. We'll have a liquid unloader. We'll have another boarding track. And we'll set this guy to say empty. Hold carts until completely empty. Perfect. That's what I want to see. Now, as I'm down here, I could real quick craft up a tank. Though I really don't know if I need one. Meh. Give me those things back. Because, I mean, this thing is basically a tank, right? It holds 32 buckets. Not bad. From there, we'll probably want to pump it into a refinery and all that kind of good stuff, but we'll get to all that in a moment. Let's first start this process. So if I put an empty tank cart here, this should, in theory, be working now. It should send it along its way, and up it goes. Now, obviously, the first time filling, it's going to be a little bit, because we have to wait for the engines are already kind of heating up. Well, that's good. Fluid.oil is doing its thing. Nice. I'm just going to put a little bit of lighting along here. Just don't have to worry about monsters spawning, right? So that's good. The oil is filling itself up and doing a good job. It's kind of starting to drain down. And remember, these pumps are a little bit more intelligent now about making sure that they don't drain water. So we shouldn't have to worry too much about water anywhere. It should kind of drain all the oil from the surrounding lake and then keep going down and only focus on oil. But we'll see how correct CPW was when he told me that. All right, how about I wait a few minutes for this tank cart to fill, and then we should find it being pretty much done in a moment. Let's see what happens. All right, I think we're about ready to see this thing launch off. So as soon as it hits 32, it should kick off. There it goes. Nice. Down it goes. Fluid.oil on the way, and it's going to drop that stuff straight into the liquid unloader. Cool. All right, let me... What's in Soren's Soren chest? Ender pearls. I could always use more ender pearls. Excellent. I'm going to make some liquid unloaders. I think that wouldn't be a bad idea. Do I want to use buildcraft pipes, or do I want to use the liquid transfer nodes? Transfer nodes might be fun. I could also use translocators, but those are pretty expensive too. I don't know, I'll figure out what kind of liquid transfer source I want to use. I think now's as good a time as any to put together a workbench. So let's see. You, and work table. That's what it's called. Cool. These things are great, by the way, when you want to craft things that are kind of a nuisance to craft. So let's do like wooden gear, and we'll also do like stone gear, iron gear, gold gear, and diamond gear. So now it remembers all that stuff. Cool. So the next time I need to make gears, it's a little bit easier. I could make them much faster without having to do all that nuisance. Meanwhile, a couple redstone torches, a couple tanks, and we've got ourselves a refinery. Cool. So remember I said we wanted to make sure that, let's actually get a couple things here. Just for ease of use in the future. So now we can just grab ourselves a wooden gear, a stone gear, and an iron gear. See how easy that was? And this is, of course, going to be used for my combustion engine. So I need two of these. Derpity-doo. Let's also throw some redstone in there, and a decent amount of this, so that I can make pistons easily. Not a terrible idea. And I guess it wouldn't be bad to know how to make sticks. See? So that's enough to afford me 2 combustion engines for now. That should be a good start. So let's get these guys out. Cool. And I think I'll use just regular old buildcraft pipes for this. So I've got what I need. I want to get some gold. I could probably just get away with quartz. That should be better. So remember, it's quartz blocks for the quartz pipes, and these transport pipes just don't connect to cobblestone or stone, nothing special about them, but when you use them for kinesis pipes, they're really actually pretty nice. They transfer a decent amount of energy. 64 Minecraft joules per tick, tops. There we go. Refinery's ready. Let's go have some fun. Oh, you know what else I wanted to get? Was the transfer node for this stuff. So let's get ourselves a chest and some pipes. I'm getting really low on wood. Well, I'm not getting too low on wood, but I'm getting low on wood in my own inventory. That's the nuisance. Cool. Now I just need some lappies. Maybe I should put my track stuff away. I'm going to put it in this chest because I'm storing everything else that I use for transporting items around in there, so for now that makes sense to me. Probably no one else. Alright, gonna need a bucket and some iron. I'm gonna actually want both of those to be nodes. A bucket and some iron. Here we go. Cool. Alright, that should work. Let's see how much fun we can have with that. So, theoretically, we want transfer node. Oh good, this fluid thing is sitting here nice and full, kind of waiting for the liquid unloader. So nothing else is going to happen with this whole system until it's ready to be gone. So let's do this. What if I had the refineries here, eventually 3 of them maybe, and then they're connected to all my stuff like that. That should work. Cool. That should work pretty well, actually. For now, though, we'll just have the refinery right here. Ta-da! Look at all that oil that just showed up in there. Cool. And it's going to drain some from here. Don't know how much a refinery holds, but maybe 16? Yeah. Good deal. Alright. So now we just need to... you know what else I want to get? I might need some more transfer nodes, but we'll get to that in a minute. I would like to check out mining upgrade, huh? That doesn't look too bad. Alright. Let's see how well I can get this going. I'm going to need more transfer nodes, so I'll be back in a moment. Alright, let's get to work on what should hopefully be a pretty neat build. Basically, there's a couple things I want to do here. First off, I'd like to direct my redstone combustion engine right here to power... how do I want to do this? I may eventually expand this, so I want to be prepared for that. So... want to make sure I'm ready for that if and when the time comes. Maybe put this guy here, facing this way. And then we'll have our quartz pipes going like this. That ought to do. Now the rest of these guys, I'm going to face this way. We'll see how well this works out. If it doesn't work out, I could always change it up, right? But I'm not going to worry too much about it. That'll look good. And you can go here, sir. Thank you. Do I have a wrench? I'm probably going to need a wrench, so since I don't have it with me, I'm going to go grab it real quick. Wrench. I do have it with me. Almost forgot about that knapsack. Alright, so that's a good sign. Basically, I want to have one engine that's always creating more fuel, and once the fuel requirements are met, then it turns itself off. Now, it may come to pass that I decide that that's a really stupid thing to do. I might already be there. Because, it should be smart. Well, let's do it without the whole one engine facing the other way thing. I don't think we need to worry too much about that, do we? Probably not. Alright, so let's get that going. I'm just going to put everything back facing this way. Cool? Yeah. And I could actually face this downwards into the ground. That might actually be even better than upwards. Mana creeper sneaking up on me. I should really seal this area off. If that was a real creeper, I would have been upset. Much better. Okay, that should be good. For now, at least. Okay, let's drill down here, and I can facade this up later. Hoping you can make facades out of this brick. Probably won't connect to texture itself, but that's okay. We'll deal with that later. So how am I going to do this? Well, this should work out to be pretty good and easy, by the way. Basically, quartz pipes down here. And we'll let this run straight here. Then I can cover all this up later if I really need to. I mean, this is going to be hidden a little bit from our main area, so it's not like it's going to be too obviously seen, but you'll know what I mean in a moment. All right, next I want to make sure that I have infinite water. So to do that, I'm going to create a nice little infinite water source right about here. Now I should have a bucket on me, and I should have an infinite water source nearby. So let's make sure that happens right. Do I want it to be here? I might want it to be a little bit further down. That ought to do. And make it infinite now. Cool. That'll work. Now here I want to put my liquid transfer node. Like so. Now the cool thing about this is it'll slowly fill up with water, but if I put some mining upgrades in there, look how much faster it fills up with water. So having these mining upgrades mean it'll much quicker fill up with water and quickly look to disperse it. So what I want to do then is transfer pipe that water straight into my combustion engines. Now the other thing to note here is that it's going to be a little bit slow about finding its way towards where to send water, right? So let's put some speed upgrades in there to 2, just to make sure. Look how much faster that is. It's going to be blazing to get water into these combustion engines as fast as possible. So really at this point, we shouldn't have any concerns about, overheating engines. We could have just this one source cooling off all these engines. But the fun doesn't stop there. Oh no, because I'm going to also hook up to the same line this guy. Yoink. And he's going to drain fuel into these guys as well. The only thing is we need to start getting fuel in there. So let's get our bucket, which doesn't need to have water in it anymore. It instead needs to have fuel. Can I steal fuel from you? Yeah, I can. Awesome. You and you, please. And I've got a pair of levers, so that should be good. Cool. They should both start running, creating power, sending it into the refinery. The refinery will happily do its job and start creating fuel. Awesome. Now the fuel is going to get collected in here, and it's going to slowly but surely look for a source of, somewhere to put this thing. And for now, it's going to keep looking all over the place, right? I probably want to set this guy to be one directional, so let's do this. That'll look better, right? You shouldn't be available to travel down that line. Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's the way I want it to be. Cool. So he's trying to push down that way. And you can see him trying much slower than this guy, who's going to keep trying to fill up these tanks. Not a big deal. I might even, just to make sure that we're like extra safe about it, because I don't want random chance to even have a possibility of playing a role. That might not be a bad idea. And then, where's my wrench? That way. So that way, that way. that way, that way. Well, I don't want to mess with this too much, because I don't want it to be all derpy. For now, we'll leave it like this. Once we get more engines in here, I'll make it behave the right way. So let's open you back up. There we go. That's what I want to see. See, it's keeping the water in there. This guy is producing fuel for us, and the fuel is getting stored in here. We've almost got a full bucket's worth of fuel. Now, once my combustion engines are completely done with their oil, they should start running on fuel. So we're only producing 3 Minecraft joules per tick at the moment on oil, but that's okay. We'll soon be producing the full 6, I think it is, on fuel. Let's wait for this to drain out completely. Alright, so we should be at the point where we're using the last bits of oil here, and then the fuel should find its way into there. So every now and then it's going to send some fuel down. Come on, use up the last bit of that oil, would you? There we go. Fuel just showed up. Nice. So, oh good, it even gave a little bit over here too. So, that's cool. I wasn't sure if it would completely fill this one up before moving on to this one, but it does not appear to have done that. So that's actually a really good sign. So we're starting to get fuel in both slots. Beautiful. Fuel's getting sent over there. So because of these pipes and the way they work, we can actually send both liquids to the same input side on the combustion engine, which is really pretty awesome. So we've got fuel and water going in on both sides, and this thing should have no problem maintaining the water. You can see how quickly it's just going nuts trying to fill that thing up with as much water as possible. Perfect. This guy is sitting here doing his thing. I think we've got a fully functional system. Now, once we've got the fuel completely set up here, we'll be able to turn this thing off. But I think I'm probably going to want pretty soon to set up assembly table so that I can get the gates that I need. Right here looks like a nice place for an assembly table too. Alright guys, looks like unfortunately we have hit a pretty good wrapping up point, but I was actually saving something for the very end of the episode that I wanted to show you myself doing. I wanted to craft my wand here, so let's go ahead and make that crafting possible, because I did run around between last episode and this one getting everything I needed to be able to do this. So now I should have a fully charged gold banded great wand, almost. Ordo's a little low, but it's enough because I only need 48.6. I can now craft my Thaumium Bossed Silverwood Wand. Awesome. So this gold banded greatwood wand can go somewhere for now. I don't know. I'll find a place for it. But I've got a pretty nice oil transport system that I think I'm proud of. Yeah, I'm definitely proud of it. Let's go take a good recap of it. So we've got plenty of oil coming down here, getting dumped into my combustion engines. Combustion engines are doing what they need to do. The oil's being processed. Awesome. At some point, I'll build like a liquid fuel boiler and run the whole place off oil, and then maybe work on some kind of renewable fuel source like biofuel or something like that. But that's in the future. For now, we're draining the oil well right outside our base, which is something we knew we'd be doing eventually. Now, I have found a couple other oil wells nearby that I'll probably also start to tap when and if this one dries up. But if I remember from last season, oil really is pretty powerful anymore and lasts a really long time. So hopefully, we should be in good shape with this oil well, and it'll last us at least for a little while. Anyway, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and take it easy!